What up, though? Welcome to Swimming Through the Void. This will be a video on the number 9, or the Hermit card. 9 is selflessness and compassion, encompassing a love for all. It desires to apply its energy to universal service. It bestows an impersonal but just view of life, one that is generous, benevolent, and patient. This is the artist and thinker who has developed skills through the preceding cycles and is now ready to share his or her knowledge with the rest of the world. The ions are in their final state of completion. They have traveled the entire cycle of 9 parts, ingesting experiences along the way. Now, in the closing cycle, they reach a total understanding and tolerance of others' views and prejudices. 9 is ready to give back to the universe some measure of what it has learned through the 8 previous steps of the cycle. The law of cyclicity allows for no waste and demands input for output. When this is done willingly, the completion experienced under 9 brings only joy at the gifts of life and the freedom with which to enter the next cycle unencumbered. Keywords: love, compassion, patience, universality, tolerance, selfless service, endings. 9 being the end of the cycle. 10 sort of representing tying up those loose ends, right, before we step in. 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, so that's like stepping into the next cycle type energy. 9 as a personal number vibration. I have a couple of my personal numbers are 9 and the other, I have 2 9s and 2 11s. 9 as a personal vibration number. You are a humanitarian, a universalist who thinks in abstract terms. Born for service to others, you want to make the world a better place in which to live. Since 9 is the last single digit, it indicates attainment, perfection, and completion. The seeds for new beginnings, the foundation for future growth in the next or higher cycle. You have a thirst for spiritual knowledge and an urge for freedom and wisdom that transcends personal needs. You desire to live an ideal life according to your inspirations and aspirations. Through your responsive reaching out to the world, you become a beacon for others. The number 9 is a testing number. The higher you evolve, the more difficulties you may encounter. You should be tolerant and merciful to others on your path. New level, new devil, right? In this way, you will be an example for them, and they will recognize your sympathetic and compassionate nature. People will be drawn to you for your deep and broad understanding. Your thinking is vast and without limits. Because of your openness, your psychic abilities are well developed, and foresight, premonitions, and predictions flow from you with ease. You seem to have a direct line to the mysteries of life. You have very strong emotions and feelings and could evolve a new philosophy for humanity. You are generous and idealistic. For anyone who needs your wisdom and guidance, you are open-handed and beneficent because you realize that knowledge belongs to those who seek it. Charitable work is close to your heart, and you're likely to be a patron of the arts and sciences. Your associations with other people in your life are intense, but not necessarily enduring. You must learn to let friends go when their needs have been fulfilled, because your destiny is to be a loner, sort of recluse. You are not meant to sit alone meditating on a mountaintop, but your innate wisdom and understanding separate you from the crowd. You must share your wisdom to enlighten the world, so you cannot be bound by enduring ties that would limit your mobility. And that is sort of, for me, how it goes. If I'm in your life, you have summoned me to be in your life for this very reason. And once you take what you need, you'll be on your merry way. And I'm very cool with that. It's my job. And I love all, serve all. But yeah, that was one thing that sort of was hard for me personally to come to terms with earlier on in life, through my childhood years, my teens, my 20s, until I really grew into the understanding of what my purpose is in this life. So you cannot be bound by enduring ties that would limit your mobility. I got to go, y'all. My last time here. Your life cycle includes travel by associations with famous personalities who will be drawn to you by your free spirit and broad compassion. Your friendship encompasses the world. You easily acquire money and independence so that you are free to pursue your worldly destiny. If you're a negative number 9, you're self-serving and concerned with your own needs rather than the needs of others. This self-indulgence precludes belief in a higher source and can result in faithlessness. When crossed, you are quick-tempered. Your keen mind makes you a formidable enemy, since 9s have to live up to a higher standard than the other numbers. The resulting tension can cause nervous troubles. This can produce unhappy relations with others, including your mate. Corinne Helene says in The Sacred Science of Numbers, the 9 individual has run the gamut of personal experiences, including both the high and the low, the mundane and the spiritual. It is the synthesis of these experiences which produces that sympathy, compassion, and rare understanding which is characteristic of the 9. Using the enhancing qualities of your number 9, you can be the visionary for whom all things are possible. Your faith in life embraces all and looks forward to the evolution as the promise of the spirit. Number 9 as a temporary vibration. Changes, endings, charity, and inspiration. Events take place quickly at this time with many stops and starts, because you're experiencing a period of change and transition. As Paul Casey says in The Tarot, you must make the final selection between assimilable material and what is rejected and waste. Eliminating the useless and separating yourself from past mistakes can be an emotional experience, for we often are reluctant to let go of the obstacles in our lives. If you cannot free yourself from your associations and situations that are no longer necessary for your development, then the number 9 cycle will do it for you. A vacation or a trip would be good therapy at this time, giving you time to think and separate yourself from emotionalism you might encounter under this vibration. Many of your goals will be realized during this time, and you should attempt to finish all projects that are close to completion, as this is an ending cycle. Do not make new commitments. Projects begin under a 9 have little durability. Present friendships can be cemented and made more enduring, and you may receive gifts from friends. This should be a charitable time in which you think primarily of other people's welfare. Do something for others in thanks for the blessings you have received in this life. An old friend or lover may enter your life briefly for one last encounter, but don't expect this sudden renewal to last. Since this is an ending cycle, you may change jobs or residence. Children may leave home for a higher education or marriage, or to begin their own lives. If you're separated from the people, situations, and locations which you have lived for a long time, it is because they no longer serve your evolutionary process. Use the creative powers of this vibration to develop your artistic abilities. You will have inspirational ideas that can be used productively in the future in a way that the next cycle's number will determine. Don't be caught by your emotions. Hanging on to the past, wallowing in what used to be, can only bring discontentment, frustration, and depression. Rather, look forward with joy and high expectations to the future, for which the releasing energy of this cycle has prepared you. Use the wisdom provided by the events of this cycle to inspire your actions productively in the future. Tarot symbolism, key number 9, the Hermit. This is my card, y'all. The symbol for key 9 is the Yod, the tongue of flame, the glyph that makes up every letter in the Hebrew alphabet. It represents the fiery energy, the life force, and the hand, opened rather than closed, of man and woman. Open rather than closed, of man and woman. In the body, we are little serpents containing a portion of the one source's fiery energy, such as we are the hands of God operating in the physical world. The Hermit is a symbol of ageless wisdom standing on the mountain of attainment. He has achieved The snow represents the isolation he endures because his wisdom sets him apart from others. However, as he turns to shine his light on those who follow him, he intimates that our knowledge is empty and meaningless until we turn and give it to others. The hermit has evaluated, selecting the necessary and discarding the unnecessary elements along his path. He has learned to use the magician's wand, which he now leans on, for he knows he can depend upon it for support. He has achieved mastery. Astrological correspondences. Astrological correspondences. Sun and Virgo. The sun is assigned to 9 because it's only after you carefully progress through the previous steps 1 through 8 that you can attain a position of respect and leadership, as well as a full recognition of your inner potential. The true inner self is expressed under a 9. As you become the humanitarian, the universalist who reaches out to the multitudes to lighten their burdens through your understanding, wisdom, and compassion. Virgo's assignment indicates that careful through the analysis has preceded this final position of authority. Any mistakes along the path could have led the aspirant astray. Therefore, keen discrimination is necessary at all times. So that is what we have for the number 9, y'all. And I'm going to get to uploading 5 through 9 right now. So I hope y'all have a blessed day. I hope everybody is well and in great spirits, and I love y'all.